But she also said it's like she's happy, she's smiling and giggling when he's around. She says, you know he's a child molester, Mama. He did this to me. Why would you let him around the girls? What do you say to that?
And I told her several times that I'm sorry that I made the bad choice. I've told her this.
She said, I would look at him in disgust.
I would look at him in disgust, either spit in his face, put his feet, and say, you leave, or I'm gonna call the cops. Because you're not supposed to be here, because you know what you did. Why be here? Knowing where you're not supposed to be.
That's what she says she would say to him, but yet you bring him around and laugh and giggle with him. She feels betrayed.
I know that. That's what she told me.
Do you make that up to her? How do you fix that?
The only way that I can fix that is, you know, constantly apologize to her and just to be there for her through the situation and, you know, try to move on from the situation. I mean, I know it's hard to move on because it's like she feels like she's reliving it again, but it's like, too, in some instances, you know, she's lied about certain things, too.
Anna came to you and told you this, that what he had done, and you didn't believe her.
For 5 years, I was with this guy that I never suspected. I worked night shift, he worked day shift, okay? I worked at a McDonald's, he worked at a security job. We're sitting there eating, they're busting down the door like a drug bust. I don't get any information. The cops don't tell me what's going on. I'm like, what the hell? You know, you're busting into my house, or what the hell is going on? They're looking, you know, around. They want to know who's all there. I'm like, there's nobody there. He gets locked up. I even call the jail. The jail won't tell me why he's locked up, anything. I did not know for a couple months what he was actually locked up for.
Well, Anna told you.
No, Anna did not tell me. My mother did not tell me what he was accused of. I did not know Anna's side of the story until she moved in with me 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, that's when I knew the story.
Well, she says when she told you, you did not believe her.
When my mother, not Anna, told me, I was like, a person I'd been with for 5 years, I don't know if that person could do that. Now that Anna has told me 2.5 years ago, I believe it.
But you didn't believe your mother when she told you.
Because when she first told me being with somebody for 5 years, I guess it was kind of like a shock.
She was in denial, and I feel she's still in denial. I said, there is no way anybody could have thought up what was going to happen to her unless it actually happened to her.
I wanted to talk to Anna to get her side of the story, but I was never able to up until 2.5 years ago.
Why wasn't Anna with you?
Anna was born in 2004. I'd lived with my mom off and on when my stepdad was dying. My mother was like, your stepdad's last dying wish is to have Anna here. Well, he died 8 months later, you know. And then her excuse was, oh, I can't live by myself. You know, Anna's got to be here. She had what they call temporary guardianship, enough to be able to put her in school, see medical records,
Why'd
take
she
her
have
to the
any
doctor.
kind of guardianship?
Because in the state of Georgia, you have to have temporary guardianship for her to be able to go to school. And the
For her to go to school in that district?
Yes.
Well, your mother says that she thought you were in denial at the time and that you're still in denial.
When she first told me, yes, I was. I'm not in denial now, no.
But what is your understanding of what he did to her?
Thursday on an all-new Dr. Phil.
I hate my grandpa. I hate what he did.
You say he molested you in the bed with your grandmother.
My grandmother doesn't want to admit that she knew.
What do you want? You want, I'm sorry? I'm sorry for what?
I'm not in denial now, no.
What is your understanding of what he did to her?
That he touched her in inappropriate places, made her watch videos and stuff, you know, in different things that, you know, Anna was telling me about.
And so you knew a fair amount about it, which is why...
After 2.5 years ago.
Which is why a lot of people are shocked that you would let this guy within 100 miles of you or any of your children. And you say you have no relationship with him.
No.
Why did TLC cancel your show? This is a hit show. They get a hit television show. They don't want to cancel it. This was painful for them to cancel this show.
I mean, honestly, and this is truthful, we knew to get through October the 19th was season 3A. The kids were acting like, you know, they wasn't into it anymore because we've been doing it for 2.5 years. You could tell it on tape. I could tell it. I was telling them. We went on break, and I want to say that Monday before we went back on, we came back off of, you know, the break. That's when they had called and says, look, we're going to cancel the show. And I'm going to tell you, to be honest, I have nothing bad to say about TLC. They have been good to me. They still are very good to me. The rumor is that I was not going to get paid with the show. I did get paid through, you know, whatever was owed to me through the show. My kids got paid in their trust funds. Sugar Bear got paid. Everybody got paid that was owed from the show. They are still taking care of the girls today with tutoring, which I'm very, very grateful for. They're taking care of some other things for the girls I'm very, very grateful for. And I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful for meeting fans. We went to be able to take the kids on a family vacation, something that we haven't been able to do. But honestly, after 2.5 years, you could tell the girls were starting to get wore down. You could tell that they were starting to not wanting to do it anymore. And I had mentioned that to the production company, because the production company says, well, do y'all want us to pull out right now? Do y'all want us to stop filming? I think that had a big decision to do with it also. It wasn't just...
So do you think this was an excuse?
No, I don't. I mean, I think this has something to do with it, but I don't think it was the full decision of why the show did not go to 3
So do you think they canceled this show because of your relationship with a registered sex offender or not?
I mean, I think that had to do a part of it, but I don't think that was the full extent of why the show got canceled.
TLC gave the following statement to USA Today. TLC has canceled the series, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, and ended all activities around the series effective immediately. Supporting the health and welfare of these remarkable children is our only priority. TLC is faithfully committed to the children's ongoing comfort and well-being. You say this picture's photoshopped?
Yes.
You know whether you were in that bed or not. You don't need to talk about whether it was photoshopped or not. You know whether you were in that bed, whether and I'm not. You know, there aren't any children in this picture.
No.
There's no crime taking place here.
No.
There's no culpability here in terms of that. Well, but you don't need to talk about what it looks like. You know whether you were there or whether you weren't.
No, I wasn't. And I mean, if I was there, I'd say, yeah, I was.
Is that you? Where did they get that image? What were you doing there?
There is a picture that is similar to me laying in the bed with Sugar Bear. You know, I'm deep down in the bed. Because this picture has to exist somewhere, just this part, if they've added in the other part. Yeah, I mean, like
Alana,
like takes like pictures like all the time, like on her iPad and stuff like that. And so like.
Well, have you looked to find this picture?
There is a picture that I've even showed like Sugar Bear that's similar to that one on her iPad. Yes. Yeah, because
that would help to find that. Do you know where that is? Do you know the wall? Can you see from the pattern there where that is? Where you are? Is that in your house?
No, I don't have a backboard on my bed. My backboard is a fireplace.
But that's you.
Yeah, I mean that's me.
And those are. Okay.
That's bed sheets.
And you're saying that you've never been in this pose with him ever. So 1, 2, 3, 4 relationships you've had, 2 of them have been convicted of child molestation charges. All 4 of them have been in jail. Who you turning down?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil, police say he was starved and locked in a closet.
You can't explain how any of this happened.
I never even saw that.
What did the stepmom know?
You never noticed the bruises, bones sticking out.
I didn't realize he was like that.
You're the only one mothering him.
I can't say that I was doing that.
I agree.
Plus, Honey Boo Boo's Uncle Poodle speaks out for the first time.
Gina's lying. She's been lying from the get-go. She's told everybody, oh, we haven't had sex. And yes, they have. They went upstairs to the 4th floor and had a sexual relationship up there. When they came back, they actually talked about it in front of Alana.
Then on Wednesday, the dentist claims his former loves
Rick seems to be facing a firing squad of exes
are plotting against him.
Have you given him reason to be scared of you?
I don't think so. I'm scared of them.
That's Wednesday. Exclusive. Mama June speaks out.
You're saying that you've never been in this pose with him ever?
No,
Not 12 years ago, luxury, not any time?
No, because like they even asked like years ago, I said, not that I know of that I've ever been in that kind of pose.
The question of the hour I would have on my mind if I were you is there getting ready to be a major push by the state to challenge your parenthood of your children. Do you think that's going to happen?
I can't talk about that issue because I was told by them not to talk about that issue. The only part I can say is that they're not saying that they're in an unsafe environment. I did have to sign something with them saying that I would not have Alana or Pumpkin around Mr. McDaniel, which I did explain to her that it's not going to happen again. You know, we're not together. I don't want to be with him. Ever since all this went down, Sugar Bear has been back in the home since, you know, everything has came out in the open to be supportive for the kids, not just the kids, but like myself and everything else.
Did he cheat on you?
He has admitted to cheating to other girls, to text messages, to talking to the girls, meeting other girls, and that was a big reason why we broke up back in September.
Why get back with him now?
I didn't say that, you know, we was going to get back together. I just know that he wants to try to get his family back together. He has admitted that to several people that he wants to try to work on getting him and me and the girls back together. But it's like I told him, nobody ever knows the future.
Are you in love with him?
I love Sugar Bear to the extent that he's the father of Alana. As far as being in love with him, I think with all the cheating that he's done, he knows that I have fell out of love, and I told him that.
Have you cheated on him?
No, I don't do that.
Was it a betrayal for you to talk to Mark, someone that you had been in a relationship with before?
No, we was not together when that transpired, no.
As a mother, do you consider it your job to protect your children?
Anybody who knows me as a mother knows that my kids are number one in my life.
Looking back, did you fail to protect Anna?
I do in a way feel like I failed to protect Anna, but I didn't know. And I mean, and she admitted that too. I was at work when all this happened, so I knew nothing about the incident. She never did come to me, anything, the whole time it was happening.
Can you protect Pumpkin now?
Yeah, I mean, I can protect Pumpkin, I can protect Alana. I mean, you know, I can protect Jessica, even though she's 18.
You know, we all make choices, and, you know, you were involved with Anna's father. He had brushes with the law.
I've known him ever since, like, kindergarten.
He was arrested for stealing a handgun. He was arrested for stealing cigarettes.
That was when I was not talking to him.
Jessica's father
He's doing time now.
He was arrested in 2005 for sexual exploitation of a child, registered sex offender, and he's in jail again now.
Yes.
Till 2026?
Yes. And it has nothing to do with Jessica.
Then Mark McDaniel, child molestation, 10 years in jail, relationship with you. So 1, 2, 3 people that you've had a relationship with, 2 child molesters, 3 in jail. Then Sugar Bear spends 5 years.
For taking a charge for his brother.
Well, he spends 5 years convicted of robbing campsites and setting fire to a campsite. So 1, 2, 3, 4 relationships you've had. 2 of them have been convicted of child molestation charges. All 4 of them have been in jail.
Well, the 2...
Who are you turning down?
Even when I met Mark back in 2000, he had not had an arrest record.
But you don't think he just started after he met you, do you?
I wasn't with him before that. I can't tell you that.
Well, but what does common sense tell you is what I'm asking.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. Police say he was starved and locked in a closet.
You were this child's stepmother. Do you not look back and say, how did I miss this?
That's tomorrow.
Closed captioning provided by...
Want to give your family more vitamins, omega-3s, and less saturated fat? It's Evie, Eggland's best. Better eggs.
It's Evie.
2 of them have been convicted of child molestation charges. All 4 of them have been in jail.
Well, the 2...
Who you turning down?
The first 2, David, I was not with him when he was getting in trouble. That was when he was in his wild younger days. We
you
stopped
get my
talking.
point.
One,
two, three, four guys.
We stopped talking a long time ago.
But all four of them been to jail. 2 of them convicted of child molestation. Does that seem odd to you?
I mean, everybody's got. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't have a perfect past either.
Well, but 4 out of 4. I mean, 4 guys, all 4 doing jail time. 2 of them child molesters.